I think it's fair to say that I've dealt with some of the biggest cases in the PD, right? And I'm not trying to like pat myself on the back or anything like that with that statement. I enjoy doing it. I don't need credit for it. Brian, the character, might. I do it because I enjoy that investigative side. And I also don't mind testing the line, right? In a way that, in what I try to make it fun for everybody, right? And that includes the criminals. And so I'm never comfortable doing something if I don't feel like there's like a story coming out of it, or that there's not some sort of like equal back and forth. But the thing is, it requires a level of trust in my process, right? Where there may be things that I'm doing, but ultimately I am shaping it in a way where there's intellectual investigation taking place, but there's a feeling from both the criminal side and the cop side that there's like, you know, you're kind of like, these investigations, you're kind of acting like a dungeon master, right? And my hesitation, though, still comes from the fact that not everybody does trust the process, whether it's myself or just in general. It doesn't, you know, insert another investigator. So the reason I bring up I've handled some of the biggest cases is because I'm not coming from like a place of, I'm coming from a place of expertise. I've dealt with these situations in the past. I've seen how they often go. And when you consider, for example, some of the recent big cases, what sucks when you investigate something, so let's use some recent examples, right? The thing is, like, we're kind of in a place where like people don't want to, I feel like there's kind of like a culture where like if you're getting too close to, no one wants to get caught. Everyone wants to be the superhero or the super investigator, right? And it's almost like that's my feeling, right? And so like it creates these like odd places when you go down the investigative route where either an investigator is getting a little too horny, or like something kind of gets shut down. And I'll tell you right now, it's not because of like, you know, how do I put it? It's not like, and I want to be clear, it's not like anyone, like I think a lot of people meme about like server health, and it's kind of unfair to like the admins and the people that run NoPixel, because it's not their fault either. And it's not like they say don't, you know what I mean? But I think for like some reason people think like some like DM comes in or something from an admin and they're like, yo, you can't do that RP. That shit doesn't happen. But it's more like, it's more that you can tell by the reaction of the players that they're not having fun. You get what I mean? That's what really happens. And, you know, I don't want to take away someone's fun, but it does lead to things going down that direction. And every major investigation, you almost have to like manage that aspect of things. And it's happened with and it's happened with every major case I've worked, literally. And others have, you know, the same. And we've also dealt like, and I'm not talking about like the cases where it's like, listen, like the Changaloa thing was fucking dumb as fuck. Let's be real. That was like, I mean, in my opinion, that was definitely a case of like, hey, let's just do this because we can. But the problem is then that also gets equated with, I don't know, man. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I just don't want to have to deal with the drama. And I want to be clear, like, because I'm sure some people are going to be like, yo, you're only saying that because it's Chang Gang. Literally every major case. Every major case. I would say the only major investigation that I've done where there hasn't been this like need to like massage has been the meth stuff with Hydra. So, you know, shout out to fucking Silent and his entire crew. There was none of that. It just happened, and it made for fucking sick RP for everybody. It was sick RP for everyone, man. I mean, there's been other cases too. I shouldn't just say them, but they're the ones that come to mind. Like that Hydra case, man, like it was, they got caught. They were shocked with their pants down. It was like, and it was solid all around. They took it. We took it, right? We got like on even our end, we got the paperwork done. We got the plea deal. It made for a fucking great storyline that week. They took that downfall, right? But I don't know, man. I'd say like every major case. That's why I'm a little afraid of it. Like I just don't, you know, I don't know. Obviously, I got to mask some of my thoughts. You guys are not. That's why I'm just explaining why I'm like being cautious. So, like, I'll tell you about the converting thing. The reason why I didn't want to go down originally go down the route of H&O, and now the picture has changed. I didn't want to go down the route of H&O during the meth lab stuff because we already hit them hard. And I'm a believer that I'm very capable as an investigator. And originally, the meth arc then leading to the H&O arc, even though I can, you know, explain it in character, I don't think that would have been fair to all the people doing like the RP on that end to get fucked over by like a completely separate case. I don't think that would have given them enough RP. It would have just been like one day they show up to court, or like one day like a docket posting comes up and it's like, where did this come from? However, I'll tell you this, the work that Libby and Casterman did, I think we have enough finally to actually start looking into it. But I think it's time, but you know, I think it would be good to like get clarity if it's enough.